Okay, here we are. This is CAD 9 in your computer-based education. In CAD 9, I've already created the top view and the front view, and that's basically what you're doing in CAD 9. If you look at the directions, it says make a 3-view drawing of the bracket by completing the missing view. Do not dimension the views and make sure it is full scale. This screen may look a little different than CAD 1 through CAD 8. During those, I was using AutoCAD version 2014, and in this version we're using 2015, and we'll use 2015 from here on out for CAD 10, 11, 12, and 16. There's really not much different, except if you notice at the bottom of your screen you do have all your icons over here for ortho, or for polar tracking, for object snap. So if they're blue, they're turned on. If you click on and they turn white, that means they're off. So that's really the only difference. Everything else is the same. The menu's the same up here. So just wanted to point that out. So what I got here is, again, the top view, the front view, and I started developing the right side view. Remember, in all these CAD drawings, you really don't need to print them out. What you're going to do is export them to a PDF, a .pdf, and you learned that in the previous session. So everything's still the same. And then once you create a PDF, then you can send it to me in my Dropbox for whatever CAD drawing you're working in, and I'll look at them online. I can make notes and you can get some feedback on those. Okay, so here we are. What I noticed I'm missing here in the top view is a center line, so I'm going to take and copy this line here, and I'll bring it up. Now again, if I want to get it up going straight, I use my F8, which is my ortho, and I can bring it up. And then I'm going to take and grip and then rip that to there. Alright, so there's my center line. There's my center line here. I'm going to need a center line over here for that, so I could actually go to the copy command and copy this, and grab that and copy it over here. And then remember, when you do a copy command, it does multiple copies, so I could copy this 800 times if I wanted to, but I don't. Just copy it once and escape. The thing about center lines is that, see, if I have it sticking out from the object line from this distance, then I should probably have the same distance on the other side if I can, so they equal. Here I don't have them sticking out at all, but I think they look pretty good the way it is. Over here, one's sticking out the front, so I'll grip and I'll grab that endpoint and drag it. If you notice, if you try to do a grip and drag, or I call it grip and rip, and it starts to snap to other things, then just go to F3 and turn your object snap off. Alright, and I use the escape key all the time up in the upper left corner of your keyboard. That gets you out of a command, so escape key works pretty good. So there's my center line, my hidden line. One thing I also want to show you is this command here called match properties. Alright, let's say I have, I've got this hidden line here, I got a center line, and I also have an object line. So let's say I go to match properties. Okay, if you look at the command prompt, it says select the source object. So let's say I want to use hidden line as my source. When I click it, and then it says select destination object. So if I want to make this hidden line, see, I just click it. Let me zoom in. I can click it and click it and click, or I can sweep, and it creates those, see? So you have a master line that you use, and you create other ones to match it. That's why it's called match properties. And escape to get out of it. And I said, well, that was just an example. If I don't want to do that, I'm going to go back to match properties, or I can hit undo, and I'll pick the object line, this black line, as my source, and then my destination, I can sweep these all to be that, make it back the way it was. So it's a nice little tool to use. I use it all the time. Match properties. Hopefully you understand now that, let's say if you wanted to create like this line here, to another line or layer, I can click on it, which puts grips on it, and then I can come over here and pick what layer I want it on. So if I want a layer H, it turns to layer H. If I want layer P, it turns to layer P. If I want it on D, which is dimension, or text, I can put it there. Or if I want it C, it turns to center line. So that's another way to change line types per the layer or through match properties. So to finish CAD 9, here's my top view, front view. I started creating the right side view. And I just simply use offset and trim. I use pretty much all the time. So let's go through that and develop this right side view. So I'm going to draw a line from that endpoint. I'll go up here and use the line, draw a line from here, bring it across, and that is 0.62, so I'll go to offset, 0.62 back, say that goes back here, and then I can trim, use the trim function, alright, and I can pick this as a bounding object, get rid of that. I can pick, let's see, the front is gone, I can pick this as a bounding object, I can get rid of that. I can pick this and get rid of that. Pick this and get rid of that. So there's my square back there. And then this line here goes to here. And then this line goes to here. I'll turn my ortho off. Snap off. So there's that little block there. So I'm going to zoom in. We'll trim that. So when I trim, again, I pick bounding objects, enter, and then what don't I want? I don't want this or this or this or this or this. Alright. So you got this little box here is this line. This little box here is this line, and which is here. And notice how my crosshairs are the full screen, and I use those to help project, so I can see that is there. I can bring that line across is there. Now this line here needs to go away, so I'll trim, go to my trim function, pick that as my bounding object, enter, and then pick what I don't want. I don't want that. Alright, what else am I missing? Alright, this line back here, this little slot needs to be shown. So that is 0.62 back, so I'll go to offset 0.62 and bring that back here. And that line, see if I take this, let me turn my object snap back on, F3. So that goes here, and then that goes there. Alright, and I'll trim. This gets trimmed here and there. This gets trimmed here and here. This gets trimmed here. And this line right here needs to be trimmed. I'll trim that. Use that as my bounding, get rid of that. But then I'll draw a line from here down. And there's another, if I draw from this endpoint here and I want to, see, it wants to snap to the midpoint. I don't want the midpoint. I want to use one known as perpendicular. So if I go to my, go to perpendicular, right here, all right, turn that one on, and I can go perpendicular. Then I'm going to use my match properties. I'll pick my hidden line and make that a hidden line. So there's the hidden line for that slot coming through. One thing you need to notice, if this surface, this line here is continuation going through, then this needs to be shortened a little bit. So let me turn my object snap off, and I'll grip and I'll rip that down just a hair. And that little gap right there tells the print reader that this surface, which is this line, continues through. I've got the same condition here. All right, this line right here, that surface continues through underneath. So that little gap right there tells the operator. Now, you don't want too big of a gap. I can always shorten that up just a little bit there. That's a little better. So that little gap tells the operator or the print reader that that's a continuation of the surface. Same here.
And am I done? Do I have everything? I got the hole going through a center line. I got the slot going through the back. Got that block, the top. Oh, there's one other line, this back line here. So if I draw a line from that, let me turn my object snap back on, F3. Let's go to line, turn that on. There. Okay, there's a line here. And let me trim that. And I'll match properties from hidden line to hidden line. Okay, so that hidden line is the circle, that is the top, that is the slot, there's that, there's that, there's that. Yeah, so there's your finished right side view. All right, again, with everything you want to bring in, I'm going to insert in the A size border. For every drawing, you want to insert in your A size border. So let me go find it. I think mine's in the CAD files. Actually, on CAD 8 and 9 and 10 and 11 and 12, you want to bring in the B border. Okay. So bring the B border in. All right, and you're going to, there'll just be full scale 1:1. So there's our B border, and along with that, I have to bring in my, I just go to Insert, and Insert Browse. I should need my title block text. Open that up. Okay, the insert point is that lower right corner. And then, what is the title? This is CAD 9. Make sure your cap locks are on. Who made the drawing? Me. What is the scale? Full. And the date is, we'll call this April. I can't do that. It's 4/21/16. That's when I created this. And the drawing is CAD 9. That's the drawing number. Okay. And always look at it. Make sure it's right. CAD 9. There's, and then I'm going to, one thing before I do it, I'm going to go make sure, if you see this button right here, it says show hide line weight. So if you click it, all right, it shows the line weight. Now these lines here did not show up as thick. So to put those, all right, if I grip them, if they show up thick, great. I'm going to grip them and just see, put it on layer. Let's put it on layer line. Yeah, so layer line is the layer that they go on. So now that I know what layer it is, line, okay, layer line, I'm just going to match property, this, and then I'll just grab all the other ones. Make sure they're thick. They need to be the thickest line weight out there, and then all these. And these. And that line, right? Make sure you zoom in and just get that little bit there. Alright. Escape when you're done. Now again, this is a representation of the not actually that thick. Okay, so then I can turn that value off, turn it on down here just to make sure they're going to print a little thicker. Alright. So then I'll do is I'll go to, what I'm going to do is zoom this as big as I can. If you double click, look, if I double click on the mouse ball, it does a zoom extents. You see, if I roller ball back and I can pan wherever, and I double click on the mouse ball, it does a zoom extents. Okay, it does a zoom extents. It means it fills the screen with your drawing. So then I can go to export, export as a PDF, and display. Yeah, if you do that, let's just do a save it. Okay, so there I exported it to a DXF. So that's it, CAD 9. That's what it looks like when it's done. Take a look at it, and over and out.